Postgame. We got to talk about it. Got to talk about it. So some people like, boss, where the feeling blue music? I ain't got it today. Because I really ain't feeling that way. So I'm not falling for the fake Kool-Aid though. I'm not gonna act like I'm happy that we lost. I'm not gonna sell no moral victory. I'm gonna just talk about what I saw. So Let's go around the circle first. Let's be courteous. Start with you, Coach. What's on your mind? Before you go, I didn't mean to cut you off, Coach. Before you go.
No, that's
just real quick.
Hey,
just real quick before you go.
Really
before you go, Coach. This show is brought to you by BetUS, where you can receive 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. So make sure you bet on yourself and your knowledge with BetUS. Go ahead, Coach.
I'm just watching the end of the game. I know somebody gonna see these shots of our players exchanging jerseys again on the field. But I know that's gonna come up again. But I would like to say, hey man, I like our fight at the end, coming back. I just heard a stat. We gave up a 240 some yards, 270 some yards on the ground.
274.
I would say this. I would say this, man. Stopping the run is a total team effort. It's not going to stop. You're not going to stop the run just because your defensive line good. I've seen teams that have good defensive linemen and they still can't stop the run. It's not going to, if your linebackers are good, and I've seen teams with good linebackers, it's going to take cornerbacks, safeties, linemen. It's got to be a mentality thing that says we are going to stop the run, and it's going to be a collective effort to do that. And until we get collectively do that, then we're going to have some problems. I did find something else, fellas, that I found was interesting in this, and I hope our Cowboy Nation listen to it on this. We play on emotion. So when things are going well, we seem like we have some type of a lot of effort. But as soon as we hit a big play happens against us or we get scored upon, it seems like our energy level drops as a team. And we gotta straighten that out where we even keel. You know what I'm saying? We can't have those. We gotta be able to fight through adversity and get ourselves to play better and not have stretches where we shaking our head a little bit. But once we don't stop shaking our head, we can play a little bit better, and that showed today. But once we got the momentum with us, so we gotta learn how to keep that momentum. But hey, that's just how it goes.
Before you go, A.M.P, I did see it a little bit different, Coach. A little bit different. I saw growth. I did. I know that sounds crazy to say after a loss, but because I think we wasn't as front runner-ish today as we've been in the past. A game like this could have easily become a blowout. I see you, Star, with the super chat. I got you. I start seeing the defense come on after the big plays in the beginning, because you was highlighting it in the beginning. Remember the first quarter, they had some success and big plays off screens. They start locking all that up. And in the beginning, you challenged everybody. You said, count the big hits this game. In the beginning, it was none. But around after the third series, we start seeing some, and I towards the end, I started liking the defensive intensity. It looked like they wasn't laying down. Do you see it like that, Coach, or as an improvement in that area?
I seen some improvement, but I think A.M.P would probably testify out that 270 yards rushing. I think almost 200 came in the second half. I think we gave over 150 some yards in the second half alone, and that's alarming to me. And they just stopped passing the ball. But again, like I said, I saw a lot of growth. You're right. I saw some growth about us knowing what we need to do collective. We just have to be a consistent football team, boss, and that's what worries me. We got to be able to consistently do something and do it well, and we're not getting consistency as a unit. And we got some guys that we're dependent on them that's our stars that's really not giving us no effort, and film will show that they are giving us real bad effort in the running game. And I'm not talking about it's Diggs, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna say it straight up. It's got to get better. And we ain't talking about Tucker just being a force, just forcing it back inside. He's got to be on the screen. He got to get off blocks.
Yeah.
It started out real ugly, but we knew Baltimore was going to come in here and attempt to do what they did. This is the second week in a row that you have played a team and the opposing quarterback has not thrown for over 16 passes. That's a very bad sign. The fact that you are able to move the ball up and down the field, throwing only when the opportunity presents itself as necessary, that is a problem because you are not able to get to your strength. And I don't even know if it's still a strength because it was times when Lamar threw passes and I was like, man, he had a nice clean pocket. Your offense provided you no surge, no energy whatsoever in the first half. We hit a 4-quarter stretch with no touchdowns. But I think when you start to see everything turn around is when Mike McCarthy implemented the hurry up. And that's when you saw some juice and some energy out of your offense. That's when you saw the positive ball start to roll. That's when you saw the team snowballing, to Coach's point, with that energy. Your team feeds off of it. If your head coach's energy is flat, your D coordinator's energy is flat, all he's doing is looking at his play sheet the whole game and not really engaging his players or trying to get them to elevate their level of play, that's a problem. But we did get some positive momentum, and I'm proud of this team the way that they fought because we were dead in the water for a while. So, yes, we came back, we pushed, and even though we lost, I want us to carry that same energy at the end of the game into the start of next game. We got to start fast. We got to start hot. I don't care if defense gets the ball first or offense. If defense gets on the ball first, defense gets on the field first, make a stop, make them punt. If offense gets on the field first, you got to score. You got to cash in one way or the other. But we got to stop this slow easing into the game, trying to get a feel, trying to get a flow. We've got to come out the gate busting. Because if we had done that this game, we would have won.
Somebody said CD lost this game.
Nah, he was a part because he was not on this A game. But I will say this. I got 274 reasons why you also lost this game. Anytime a team comes into your house and takes you for 274 yards on the ground, it's a problem. We ain't gonna put this on CD. We ain't gonna put this on Dak. This was a team L. Coaching too. They look real stale and static in the beginning. So we are not gonna put this on one individual. That's one thing I do see amongst Cowboy Nation. We love to find one single solitary reason as to why we lost. Nah, it was a team effort or lack thereof.
CD lost this game.
Say that, A.M.P.
Because somebody go try to make a case because of that fumble in the red zone, and we needed those points at the end. We was in a critical area. So you can kind of reverse engineer that and say if we would have got the points, that would have put us over.
Yeah, I can see that, and maybe if we wouldn't have had the holding call on our rookie, and we got that pass interference right before half, and we had the ball at the 1 yard line.
Yeah,
that part
Probably we got those points.
That's fair.
Maybe we didn't get the holding Tyler on Tyler Smith when we was first down at the 9 yard line. We wouldn't have had to throw the ball to CeeDee Lamb for him to fumble if we didn't get that penalty
part
on that play right off that part. So there's a multitude of things that if we look at our team, that we have a lot of stuff to be able to. But again, it all goes back to how our mindset of how we play. And I think we are all agree today that when we got that momentum, we played a little bit. We played better. We had spots where we played. We had spots where we played a lot better. But we got to get the. I'll tell you like this. The most what happens with a team that's a good team. The biggest quality is that they consistently do things on a consistent basis. And we are up and down what we do. I want to point out what A.M.P said something today, and this is where I don't want to follow the fool's goal. Yeah, we go to the hurry up, and we seem like I got our offense in. Well, I can tell you this: most teams that get boxed like that and they start saying we need to go to hurry up, those people be drafted in the first 5 picks of the draft, and I guess we could take all the examples in the world, and I guarantee you that that's where they're going to end up at. But it gets to a point where we got to get consistent in doing something that's really going to be conducive to us. Because I think Dak threw the ball 52 times a day, if I'm not mistaken. If it's over, he might be over 50. Jeez. And we had some runs. We ran 70-some plays offensively. And when you run that many plays, you must have something that's some drops, some penalties, some other things that's causing you not to score. Because when you run 70, 75 plays of offense, you should have no problem with getting past 28 points into probably 35 points if you run that many plays.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of the drama. My boy Travis, I've been seeing Travis lately about the last 2 months. He's been good. Travis is very observant and good comments. He's a new executive to Boss Cowboy Sports. But bringing up some of this drama, let's kind of talk about it. Let's get ahead of it. Michael Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence will get into it on the sidelines, right?
Yep.
And they go play that all week. Definitely
Dak
agree
and
with
CD
that.
too.
Yeah, so I would just go bring that up too. So then
ESPN done already posted it, boss.
So you saw. So let's just kind of take them.
The clip.
Let's take them one at a time. CeeDee Lamb basically saying y'all need to feed me the damn ball, basically, or just feed me the ball. All right, let's go around. House burning down. Nothing to see here. Move on. Which one is it? House burning
Details,
down.
Man.
Nothing to see here. Or let's move on. It's no big deal.
Ooh, that's tough. As far as the CD and Dak situation,
all of it,
it's nothing to see.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Just whatever you want to talk about.
Because
we go address both of them, so you can address that first.
As far as that, I'm going to say nothing to see here, move on. As far as the situation on defense, we got a pot on the stove that's smoking. It ain't on fire yet, but it's smoking. We done put it on the stove, forgot about it, and it is starting to smoke. It has grease in it, by the way. It's just a matter of time before that pot, that pan starts to catch fire. I don't like it. But while we're there, well, I'm gonna let y'all go ahead because
take your time. Take your time.
Okay. I just Well, no, because I wanted to pose a question, but it may kind of take us slightly away from it. But while we're talking about Micah and D-Law, we're talking about defensive ends. Something that I was thinking about during the game is this is the second straight game where we have seen Micah Parsons exclusively at defensive end. He's listed as, I thought at one point in the offseason or training camp, as a linebacker. We drafted him as a linebacker. And your linebacking core has been struggling. Now, I know defensive line doesn't have the depth that we've been accustomed to. But in certain packages, you could have D-Law out there, you can have Nealon out there, and you can get weak-ass Damone Clark with his grabbing ankle self off the field and put Micah back there. Pair him with Kendricks. Let them boys flow. But up until a point, Micah was almost negated out of this game too. Teams are scheming against Micah to where he's not effective. Zim, shame on you. You had him all over the place. I couldn't even keep up with how many positions he played in the first game. In the second two, it's always up. There's 11 right there. All they did was move from left to right. And your defense looked worse than what instance? In the two instances where Michael was locked in the one position. I digress.
Coach.
Okay.
Hold on. Somebody said Lau told Parsons to shut the F up on the sidelines. I don't know if that's true or not. But the rumors are starting to push that they got into it.
Let me go there first. Film say Micah has nothing to say to D-Lawrence.
Not a damn thing.
Because film will tell you he has nothing to say. And we ain't got to talk about that. If you want to put the tape on, watch play out the play. He has nothing to say to D-Law about play. Now, he might be a better athlete. He might be a guy that can be a changer. I'm not saying he's not generational. But when you talking about effort and play, there's no talk. And they about the same size. They probably weigh the same amount of weight.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing to say. And that he's not going to, and D-Law's like, hey, may have that, but that happens on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the only person probably could say to Micah, shut the F up.
He need to be told that.
Why he need to be
Nobody
told
else can say that. So
Why he need to be
sometimes he might be
Boss,
I agree with him. He might
Hold on. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Why he need to be told that?
Man, sometimes you just need to be checked. If you ain't on your game, somebody got to let you know.
Yeah, he might be going a little too far.
This is a Cowboy family we talking about. Cowboy family we talking about. Brother and brother. If your brother cannot come to you and tell you shut the F up respectively and you take it and elevate, something is wrong. Because the only reason you got to know, y'all are in battle together. The only reason you got to know that your brother is telling you that is because he wants you to step up. We all have great expectations for Micah Parsons. And I believe he has great expectations for himself. But at a certain point, the excuses got to stop. It was several instances this game where he had the offensive player dead to right and he whiffed. If you whiffing, your ass better not be talking.
Wait.
Period.
Wait.
Look, no. The same way.
Wait. I gotta hit you with another one, bro.
Another one.
You can't handle the truth.
Another one.
You want answers?
Another one.
Oh man, I'm hitting you with another one, bro.
Another one.
Look, the same way we criticized CD early in the game. Oh, he giving me the OC treatment.
No. I'm hitting you with another one, man. You gotta let me. Hey, I gotta put some emphasis on it, bro. You was cooking hard.
The same way we criticized CD Lamb for talking this noise and saying, "Throw me the effing ball." but yet you dropped 3 of them this game, and we got on the CD, is the same energy I'm going to give Micah Parsons. I love the brother. I think he has special talent, but you have no room to talk if there are flaws in your game. And I find it very odd that the 2 individuals this game who were doing a lot of yapping and failed to back it up fully was the same 2 individuals this offseason talking about accountability. That's why D-Law checked his ass.
Yeah.
What about effort?
It happens, man.
He called out D-Law. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that pan is smoking. The pan is smoking.
Yeah. I can't say it no better than A.M.P. That was better. But let's get to the offensive side. Let's talk about a positive about CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott. Well, Dak found out today that I don't have to throw the ball to you every play because I got other guys who can make plays if I give them chances. If we give them chances, they make plays. Brooks, they talk crazy about him. He got a 20-yard run, a 25-yard catch when he had a chance. Tolbert is having some of his best 2 games in his entire career this last 2 games. But we don't want to give these guys credit. Even we threw the ball to our fullback. He had 2 or 3 big catches today. Our fullback had 2 catches over 20 yards himself. So look how much Ferguson did today. Now Dak found out that CD, it's gonna be easier for you if these guys continue to make plays. Then it's gonna come back to you. One thing about a superstar, I always tell a superstar, just keep working hard. It's gonna flow right back to you.
Yep.
But don't stop pressing.
You want answers?
Yep.
So everybody else, we didn't get back in this game because of CeeDee Lamb. We got back because Dak trusted other guys on in-cutting routes and gave them the ball. And yes, now sometimes they're going to drop them, but they catching most of them. We can't expect them to say, well, they got to catch 100%. But when we ask these guys to make a catch, one catch and get yards, we're getting great production from our third wide receiver. Our third wide receiver got 2 guys, Brooks and Tolbert. But in the last 2 games, they got about 15, 16 catches for over 200 yards. So that's what you want, man. So we finding new weapons. So yes, he's talking about getting the ball, but he should be happy that the other guys are contributing because now people are going to look at the tape and they're going to give them a little bit more attention because of what they did this last half of the game, which might open the doors for him a little bit more next game.
Boss, check into the inbox.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you work. I know.
Let me give my stats of the other receivers, man.
That's going to wrap up what we just said. That's going to wrap up what Coach just said. It was a feeling I had down in my shanana before the game started.
All right, hold on real quick. Let me get my take on this CeeDee Lamb.
Give us the stats of no other receivers.
Hold on before we go there, because I didn't get my answer yet. And then we'll go there, Coach. I promise.
I'm sorry.
No, you good. On the CeeDee Lamb and Dak thing. I like my receivers to believe that they matter and that they make a big difference to the game.
True.
I also want them some kind of way to have the same passion if they mess up. Because when you coming across the way that you did, you basically saying the reason why offense is stale is because y'all not feeding me the ball. You know, so and the standard of an 88 is great. In the big moments, the 88s come through. It was 1 year, Micah Irvin had 90% of his catches for first downs.
Dang.
1992. You talking about clutch. and steady. And so, if you talking to your quarterback and your offensive line about the blame, to me, you got to be not even just for one game, consistently throughout most of your games, just steady Eddie, dependable 88. And for the most part, he is. But I will say this: it's gonna be a bigger deal made out of it than what it is. You know, they go hug, shake hands. Emotions was high, right? Passions to win. That's what I saw.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what I saw. Passions to win. That's what I saw between Dak and CD. Now, Tank and Micah, I need to hear more. I need to know what that was about. We probably won't hear no sounds from the sideline, but I could see from a distance something brewing. I could, right? Because Tank was the leader, the hot boy captain, the person who set the standards for the D. Michael Parsons is the new leader trying to establish his voice.
I started this about it shit.
Yeah. Trying to establish his voice, right? He want a bigger voice in leadership, and Tank is almost in the way, right? So you got two lions that's trying to be the chief lion of the prey, of the whatever you call them. You know what I'm talking about? You know,
pride.
The pride, right? So with that environment, I think a collision was inevitable. You know?
Yeah.
But all I can say is I don't really care that y'all was fighting on the sideline. I more so care that y'all was fighting hard on the field. And I did see fight with them too. So I don't know how it's gonna work out. But as long as they can keep that formula, what they showed between quarter 2 and quarter 4, we gonna be okay. What was you saying, Coach, about the receivers?
Oh yeah, I mean, I was glad that these guys got opportunity to make some big plays, man. It's gonna help, man. It's gonna help. It's gonna help. It's gonna help Dak. It's gonna help this his main target get more room, because you have to respect these guys, because you're not looking for these guys to get 15, 20 catches, but if they're getting 1 or 2 catches a game for 20-some yards, that's big plays, man. And you like that, and that's gonna make you have some. You gotta pay attention to them, because they get 20 yards a pop, and they get touchdowns. So you gotta pay attention to them. Turpin having a couple of good catches. You're gonna have to start paying attention to these guys, and we need to stop talking about we need to go to get somebody else. We need to just use the guys that we got. And I just, man, and you're right, boss, about that Michael Parsons and Tank thing. And you said the same thing, and I was thinking maybe we need to find out more of that. But you know what's crazy though, y'all?
Yeah.
If we find out more, that's another problem with this team.
Right.
If we find out more about it, that's another problem with this team.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Now, I'm gonna go ahead and get y'all ready. It's gonna be uber major panic this week.
The great thing is it's a short week.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that is a good thing.
We ain't gonna have to hear too much of it. We're gonna get it Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
They gonna try to sell us that the house is falling, the sky's falling though. But
yeah, this roster's just not good enough. I hear it already.
But I will say this: we knew that this was a makeup test for Zimmer. We knew that they was gonna come in and run the ball, and they did. They did exactly what they always do, right? So I'll say this. The Ravens is still a good team. A really good team.
Yeah. Really good.
So they 0-2 was always overrated. Because
Should've
their
been
first
2-1.
loss was literally by an inch.
Inches.
Literally.
Inch.
Like literally.
Yep.
Their
A
second
toe.
loss was by a field goal.
Yep.
Now they did give up a lead both games, but they also had the game in control. So in terms of quality to opponent, this was a quality opponent. And Dallas Cowboys didn't play clean. There's some things we're gonna have to learn from. So I'm gonna start off and say this. Coach Marv been preaching this forever. The main thing that I think we got to get a handle on, big plays.
Big play. Yep.
That's the main thing we got to get a handle on. It wasn't as many big plays as New Orleans, but it was still too many big plays. And a lot of those big plays was little things like missed tackles. So
Yep.
I can see the Dallas Cowboys take another step defensively when they lock in better to big plays. I also did like how the safeties played. The safeties played better than me this game, than they did the previous game. You still want to see one?
I still think it's a crime to not rotate him in, if anything. You got to find a way to get that talent on the field.
Yeah. And then I also, to this point right here, I like the fight. I did. I like the fight because what we saw last game was not Cowboy fight. That was not it.
Nope.
That was not it. That was not how we play ball. At least we fought to the end, and that's what I'm used to. And that's the only thing I expect. If you lose, likely at some point you're going to lose in a game in a season. Likely at some point. But I want you to lose like that. That's how I want you to lose. So A.M.P, I'm going to ask you some questions real quick.
Go ahead, dog.
Unless you was finna say something else.
No, I was just rolling what you was rolling with.
Okay. I want to say, where do we go from here as a young team? Where do we go?
So where do we go from here? So I saw it in the chat, and I think it already came out. Jerry Jones always makes himself available for comments after the game. And I'm assuming that they asked him the question, do you feel you have a roster that can compete and make it to the postseason? I'm just speculating here, but I saw his answer was he has no issues with the roster currently at hand. Now, one could say Jerry just blowing smoke up our behinds, but I believe there is some truth to that. Because we have individuals in the building. I put it to you this way. If our team was maxed out, max performance, no blown assignments, very disciplined, and we were struggling, I say you got a real problem, okay? But the optimism is, and this is not false optimism, if we clamp down and cross our T's and dot our I's, play sound fundamental football, I believe you have a better output. I truly believe you have a better output. I also believe that we have to figure out how to use the talent on this team. I know a lot of the guys are here from previous years. You didn't completely turn over the roster, but I still think we need to learn how to use these guys. I still think we need to learn how to use Brandon Cooks. I still believe we need to learn how to use Kevontae Turpin. The fact that we only had, how much was it? We only had 16 rushes this game. Rico Dowdle got 8 carries. Zeke got 3 carries. Deuce got 2 carries. That's what? 13 carries between all 3 of your running backs. Again, I'm going to say this. Say this. How do you ask for more help if you aren't utilizing what you got. Because the game didn't get out of hand for a while. So you can't say we were behind and you couldn't use the run. No, damn that. The run was still at your disposal. But I told y'all early in the game, I said, don't let them tell you no. Matter of fact, don't tell yourself no. Let them tell you no. And when you looked at those early drives, I got it right here on my notes. We were effective running the ball. And the early drive stalled out because we got cute and tried to start throwing it around. It was like, okay, yeah, we ran. We see we can run, but I really want to pass. Damn it, Mike McCarthy, I need you to go with what's working. I need you to be in tune with what your team is doing well on a week-to-week basis, game-to-game basis, quarter-to-quarter basis, and series-to-series basis. You have to do it. Because other than that, you are acting just like the married man we used to have on this team who was acting single.
Ooh. Hold on, let me call my boy landlord.
What's happening, boss?
What's happening, bro?
What's going on, man?
Chilling on it.
That was a crazy game right there, man. That was a crazy game right there. I do like the fact that we started out really bad, but we fought to the end. I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I must say, I heard what you said about CD, man. You know what I'm saying? But I think we got to have a discussion about what CD had out there.
Man, talk to me, bro. Come on now. Wait. Hold on. Oh, man, you got me dropping. Wait.
I'm not going to lie, bro.
Hold on, man. You got me dropping stuff, man. Wait. Y'all give me 1 second. Hold on, man. Wait. Because this is coming from a receiver. So, hold on. I got to make sure I got everything ready. All right. Okay. We ready now, landlord. We ready now.
All right, I gotta ask y'all this first. Disclaimer. All right, you might need to get your button ready.
Okay.
You can't handle the truth. I might need that. I just need to ask y'all.
You can't handle the truth.
Before I go on and continue, do y'all want to hear the truth?
You want answers?
Or is y'all gonna throw stones at me for saying stuff?
You
What
can't
y'all want to
handle
do?
the
Are
truth.
y'all ready to hear the truth or what?
You want answers?
Let me know.
You can't handle the truth.
Uh-oh.
I need to know. I'm asking you, the panel, the chat, everybody. Do y'all want to hear the truth?
Man,
come on, bro.
dog.
You already know with me.
Okay. I'm gonna say this, bro. Yeah, you was right about the passion, bro.
Yeah.
But the thing about it, I'm gonna say though, the only reason I give you a little pushback is because guess what? When the diva wide receivers give pushback, guess what happened when they get the ball, boss?
They handle up.
They go off. What Dez did when Dez was having a fit on the sideline when they threw on the ball, Dez going off.
That's true. I said that though, landlord. Why you fussing at me, dog?
I ain't fussing at you. I'm fussing at you. I'm fussing at the world. Listen. Shit. No, look. I'm not gonna lie. I came in late now. I ain't saying you didn't say this.
Okay.
I ain't saying you didn't say this.
I'm just making sure.
I came in on the part when you was like CD, you like the competition or something. Yeah, the passion. You like.
But you gotta be consistent to act like that, bro, and not for one game. You gotta be consistent for some games.
But the thing that concerned me was when I threw you the ball, bro. You was throwing the hissy fit already. Your mind was out of the game before the game was even over. I got a problem with that. You gave up on the game in the first half. You want to know why I know that? Because your body language told me you did. Your body language told me you did. You already fussing on the sideline. Sir, if you want to be a top tier diva wide receiver, if you gonna throw a hissy fit, when they throw you that football, you gotta stand on business and show them why you need the football. CeeDee Lamb, when they gave you that ball, I seen you dropping the ball. CeeDee Lamb, who the hell you fussing at and you fumbling the ball in the red zone? Hey, Cowboy Nation, I don't want to hear shit about no scheme or none of that. Because guess what? If CeeDee Lamb wouldn't have fumbled the ball, you might have been walking out of here with a win.
You want answers?
Oh, if Tyler Game wouldn't have been holding on the pass interference call, you might have been walking out of here with a win. That's 14 points right there. But all you gonna hear is people talking about all these fancy smancy schemes and stuff. We had the offense.
You want
what
answers?
about the execution? Everybody talk about play calling. Y'all ain't looking at film for real.
You want answers?
This goes for whoever talking. That y'all ain't looking at film for real. Because guess what? Go with play calling. It's called execution. Mike McCarthy can't step his ass out there on the field. He can't do it for you. If these people are open, what the hell you gonna do? You gotta catch the ball.
You want answers?
You gotta block the man. Mike can't do that for you. Dak can't do that for you. I seen a Warrior in 4 today. I'm not gonna lie. I seen a Warrior in 4 on my life. And what I told you, boss, you free to say what I was about to say. What I told you on the phone. Our private conversation. What I said to you. What I say to you.
Bring it up. You want me to bring? I'm gonna
What
say
I say to
exactly
you,
what you
'cause
said.
no,
All right, we gonna say it. I'm gonna say it right.
No, wait a minute. Cause they think I just be taking up for folks.
Oh,
Tell them what I was about to say. Tell them what I was about to say.
I'm gonna tell you what you said. You said, "Listen, man, boss. I reviewed the film, and Dak left some plays on the field in terms of that vertical ball versus the Saints. If he would have hit them balls in stride better, it would have been a more competitive game." He wasn't blaming Dak. He wasn't saying Dak was the reason we lost to the Saints, but he was being very honest on his critique to Dak, saying that Dak left some meat on the bone. And it was to the point I said I need to go look at it some more. And landlord said, if it happened again, I'm going to war. That's what landlord said. That's exactly what he said. He said, if it happened again, I got to go at Dak. That's exactly what my boy said.
You want answers?
People think it's sweet. They think I take up for folks. Nah, I just be honest. I give people the benefit of the doubt. I tell the truth. I'm not taking up for nobody. Oh, you think I gotta walk around here and wear this L tomorrow at work. Everybody picking at me. Everybody know I'm a Cowboy fan. When the Cowboys lose, I'm about the first person people think about. I gotta wear that. These boys ain't wearing that. They turning off social media. They told you. They're not listening to y'all. Them boys told you they not listening to y'all. I gotta walk around and wear that. I live in art zone. It ain't no Cowboy fans around me when I walk outside. It's other teams. I gotta stand on it.
Yeah.
So I gotta wear this to work tomorrow. But I'm just telling you, we ain't taking up for nobody.
What you was really saying, the bigger point that you was saying was that Dak was the one who actually balled out versus CD, was the one who
I ain't gonna look. Everybody had a bad start. Everybody showed their flaws, especially in the beginning of the game. But what I'm saying is, to me, CeeDee Lamb checked out way too early. He gave up on the game too early. He was throwing a hissy fit at halftime or something. Like before halftime. We was out of the game for a long amount of time, but you gotta believe, you gotta keep fighting.
You want answers?
He didn't do that.
You want answers?
He didn't do that. And listen, we ain't saying that CeeDee Lamb could never come back from this, and we ain't saying that CeeDee Lamb is automatically horrible after this. But I am saying this. You got to stand on business, sir. You can't throw a temper tantrum and then you dropping passes left and right. You can't throw a temper tantrum and then you getting the ball script from you. You can't do that. You got to do one or the other. When you calling for the ball, sir, you got to produce. That's the only way you can throw a temper tantrum on the sideline, man. I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
No, man, I loved it, man. First of all, man, clap it up for landlord, bro. For real.
Boss, I got a question for him.
That's the only way, bro. That's the only way.
No, but
I can't hear nothing. I'm sorry. I'm finna go listen now, man. I ain't mean to be long-winded, bro, but I had to get that out.
Nah, man, that was a good. We wanted to hear from, like, obviously we wanted to hear what you had to say as a former receiver, right? All of us should respect that. Like Coach Marv, he played offensive line. A.M.P played linebacker. I played corner. So for anybody to speak on the true mentality of a receiver, it should be a former receiver. You know,
Absolutely, man.
I just think that's balanced. That's why we just let you cook. We wanted to hear it. The fans wanted
Yeah.
to hear
Boss,
it. The standard of a receiver.
Yeah.
Ask
If
him
you
if he
complain,
feels-
if you throw a temper tantrum, you gotta produce when they call your number.
Yeah,
Cause
I
listen,
agree.
your quarterback looking like, okay, you want to throw a temper tantrum? Here go the ball. What CD was doing?
Oh, Amp, you say my
Boss,
title?
ask him if he think it's on. Ask him if he thinks it's on fire.
Look, you
Or
know
if it's
how it
not.
be when somebody challenging
I
you.
ain't gonna
You like,
try it.
oh, you know how people when they challenging you, you be like, okay, then here. That's what Dak was saying. Okay, then here.
Right.
Here, get it then. Take it then. What you gonna do with it? Shh. Man.
No,
I
man.
seen CD dropping the ball, fumbling and stuff. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
No, man. But I'm looking forward
I
to
think
Boss
he need-
Land. I'm looking forward to Boss Land if we go be able to get it in on that Thursday game. So either way, man, you know, we gotta we got a lot of work to do, but you know, at least we finished better.
Absolutely.
Man, landlord, tell everybody where they can find you,
Speak
bro.
on that, boss.
Already, man.
you.
Landlord from Alabama with the same handle on all social media, man. Y'all tap in, man. Y'all make sure y'all support this content, man. We appreciate y'all.
Go ahead, coach, and then Amp. Or was you waiting, Amp?
Let me speak on something.
I don't know
man.
who was first on that.
You know, let
Coach
me
got
speak
it.
on something right quick, man, because we got this calling, with CD Lamb being emotional and we dropping balls. Listen here, there should be not one player on the field, and I never got upset for a guy and didn't get on a guy who might have got emotional and was getting on some players because he had a physical mistake. Because guess what? Every receiver's gonna drop a ball. Everybody's gonna fumble from time to time. But when you getting upset, if you mentally not doing what you're supposed to do, CD Lamb or Dak Prescott or somebody, and we missing plays because our mental capacity is not there, yeah, that's something you can't talk. You can't talk when you didn't run the right route. You didn't do so-and-so. This goes back to what we were about to play last week when CD Lamb went down the middle and Dak missed him, and then he had to come back during the week and say, yeah, training camp, we would have got that straightened out. I didn't run the right route. It wasn't enough for you to get mad about that because mentally you messed it. So let's don't start putting expectations on guys and say they ain't gonna never fumble. They ain't gonna never drop a pass. But other things that we are doing that is a self-inflicted wounds that is causing us. So now everything has to be perfect. And I'm watching teams. I've been in this game a long time, and we can come down to some things that's not perfect, but eventually it comes down to a lot of stuff we did that we shouldn't have done wrong, that caused us to lose. So that's what I wanted to say about that. And Amp said something about the coaches, right? And I want to say this, man. And I know everybody gonna say I'm on, and I wish Jerry Jones could hear me on this, and I want Cowboy Nation to hear me on this. If you got an organization and you felt that guy could not get you to the promised land, and he was on the last year of his contract, and you didn't have confidence in him to take him to the promised land, you should have if you got confidence, you should have gave him an extension. Because what's happening now is what has been happening to lame duck coaches since football started. And if you're not right that he can't take you to the promised land, that should go down as a malpractice, Jerry Jones, of running this organization. Because you wasted a year.
Yep.
And you can't get us past that. Because if you felt in your heart he had it, you would have got an extension with no problem. Because you felt that Dak Prescott could lead this team, you gave him an extension. You felt that CeeDee Lamb was the number one receiver, you gave him an extension.
No.
And you can't get, and you ain't gonna get me by that, because this is what leaders do. And then you can't go up here and then when you say the stuff he said, when you say Jerry said what he said, that he feel like he got a great team, well, why the hell is Mike McCarthy still here then?
Yep.
You say why?
If you felt you had the roster, why you got the same leadership?
Yeah, but we can't do nothing about that, coach. Like, we gotta stay with where we at right now. You looking too far ahead. Like, you sound like you want to just quit. You want to quit?
I know it's space. If we want to be real, let's be real with the people then, boss.
Please, that's what I'm asking. You quit? Like, do you feel like Mike McCarthy can't get it done? Do you feel like Mike can't get it done? Yeah, be real.
No, he can't get it done.
Okay.
Because we talk about the same lame duck mistakes in year 5, boss.
But coach, how can he can't get it done if he got it done before?
He got a what?
If he got it done before, how does it make sense that he can't
get it done? Man, let's talk about it. Boss, let's talk about it. He got it done before. How many other coaches have got it done before? Mark Rippon got it done. He won a Super Bowl. Is he a good quarterback? No,
I'm talking about the coach, not the quarterback, the coach. If your coach, and then when Mike McCarthy got it done before, coach, this was the deal. He got it done with a lot of injuries, coach. That's coaching. It was this coach that went 12-5. It was this coach who won 6 games with Andy Dalton. Like, who else is gonna come deal with the craziness of Jerry and Steven and win 12 games? Who? Jesus Christ. Like, that's the only people that can come in here, coach. You literally need to have Jimmy Johnson, the greatest coach of all time with Belichick, to win 3. I'm not quitting on him yet, coach. I'm not saying he's great. I'm not saying he's the best, but I'm saying he the best that we got. Like, who else can come in here and deal with this?
Okay, I'm asking you this. We betting on him.
Yeah.
Do you think he the best? Do he think he the best?
No, I was asking you, coach, who else can come in here? Like, who? Do you believe Belichick can deal with this?
It ain't gotta be no old guy. It's gotta be a guy that got a right mentality. And that ain't the right mentality. And we can check the record on him. They playing just like Green Bay played all their career. And if he won some playoff games in Green Bay, he ought to win that division with Chicago and Detroit in that division every year.
Nah, I'm talking about the Super Bowls, coach. I mean, the Super Bowl. Like, he won it, coach.
He went to one.
He won it. He didn't just go to it. He won it. So, it's like, but then, because this is the thing. And we just talking this through, coach. You know I love you. We just talking this through. This one of those things, if we not careful, we go put a lot of energy on, he just not that guy, instead of energy on what can we do. You see what I'm saying? Because I could tell you don't believe in him, and that's okay. I'm not going to try to change your mind.
We ain't bit. He won the Super Bowl, but how many other teams want to give him coach a job?
I mean, I'm just saying, coach, like, you know, because a lot of coaches, and then teams do stupid stuff. Like, teams didn't want to give Belichick a job. That's not saying too much.
For $4 million?
But I'm just saying, no, I'm saying, coach.
And you didn't want that?
I'm not looking around the league, I'm not looking around the league as intelligence comes from the other 32 teams when sometimes it don't. Because the other 32 teams are the same teams that said, we don't want Belichick. For no reason. So, because see, all I'm saying, if we go focus on Mike McCarthy, not that guy, then we also, in my opinion, should try to have an answer to what to do now. Because if we just say Mike McCarthy, not that guy, we basically gave up on the season. I'm not ready to do that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to give it. Okay, let's say it like this. I'm not ready to give him the season. But what can I believe from Mike McCarthy? Because everything he has told us, he's lied to us.
Yeah, you talking about like running the ball, but we knew he was lying. And then this is the thing. It started to come out even before he became the OC. right? Because we sat down with Jermichael Finley. What did he say? He not a running coach. He not a running coach, right? He not gonna do that, and he didn't. You know, he didn't do it. You know, so it's one of those. But the offense was very effective last year. It was very effective. It was top. It was the best. It's like, how can you?
To it ran against good defenses.
I mean, now even against the good defenses, it was the best. Like, when you the best, it's nothing higher than number one. So I just want, so like, this is what I would want us to do. I'm not gonna try to change. If you don't believe in Mike McCarthy, I'm not gonna change on that. But what I'm gonna say is, let's also focus on specifically what coach needs to do better. You know what I mean? And let's just focus on that too. Cool. We'll focus on that too. All right. Would you have something else?
I just don't want. I said this because I don't want. I'm doing something that he should do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm defending our superstars, and I understand they have their flaws, but I do not want them to have unrealistic expectations put on them to try to do everything on this team, because I understand that's going to take away from their play. And if he had a problem, I just think with CeeDee Lamb, this is coming too often, where somebody, whoever the offense coordinator, needed to step in and say, hey, I'm running this thing.
Bro.
and that might have stopped the explosion on the sideline if you had somebody who had that authority to figure and say, hey, we ain't gonna have that. This is what we need to do, and this is how we need to get back on track.
Yeah. All right, man. So I'm gonna open up the phone lines real quick. If y'all gotta go, that's cool. Y'all know y'all been hanging in here tough. Y'all been hanging here tough. But I want to kind of hear.
Quitting.
All right. I just want to hear from the people. I want to hear from what y'all got to say.
We three, man. We got on where to go.
Before they crank up, boss, I want to say this.
Mm-hmm.
Until he can't, I'm going to say Mike McCarthy can.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because when you go back and look at this team.
You are the only participant in the conference.
Your team has what it takes to win. You have talent that can win. I have seen teams win a Super Bowl with far less talent. Okay? When Mike McCarthy won his only Super Bowl, he won that game rushing the ball 13 times that game. And 2 of those came from Aaron Rodgers. So he really only ran the ball 11 times that game. Now, his defense saved him. They got him 2 turnovers, 2 touchdowns. And that's what made up the difference. And when I look at this team and I look at the defense, I still see a team that's feisty. I still see a team that can get their hands on the ball. So until Mike McCarthy can't, I'm going to say he can't.
Yeah. Yeah. And listen, I respect Coach greatly and I respect you greatly.
Absolutely.
So this is one of those things that where everybody independence has value. Everybody individual thoughts have value, And I want us always to be honest on how we feel, right? So I'm not trying to change Coach not trying to change me. Me and they're just talking it through. And I appreciate his honesty because I think that brings great value to the show. So I got 2 calls up in here. We're gonna take these calls. I'm gonna call Stargazer and we'll give our final words. 901, you live.
And he said,
I'm sorry, Coach.
Boss.
Yo.
What's going on, boss? This is JV.
What's up, JD? What's going on with it, brother?
Well, no much, but I appreciate you having me on. Look at, man, I ain't even gonna lie. If you go and think about it, with that fumble, had that not happened, we could be talking completely different. Just to be honest with you, in my opinion,
The conference has been unlocked.
Because the play call, especially Mike McCarthy using his weapons, I have a whole lot of concerns based off of that. I don't believe that he wants to put these players in position to succeed.
Yeah.
And that's just my honest opinion.
Yeah.
If you know you're going to be throwing the ball this much, and Tyler Guyton is getting burnt a lot, as well as Terrence Steele, and shoot, they know that
The conference has been locked.
Tyler Guyton, they can rush to his outside, and then as well as if they rushing Cooper Beebe, they rush to his left side, which leaves Tyler Smith on the island to pick and choose which one he wants to choose to help out. I mean, and you know that Terrence Steele ain't helping out. I mean, that's going to leave Dak Prescott running for his life all the time.
Yeah.
And that's what we saw a lot of. And these guys aren't that good that they have. I mean, these guys aren't a Miles Garrett. These guys aren't Michael Parsons. But man, they're the scheme and philosophy
The conference has been unlocked.
to rush our quarterback is just working time and time and time again. It's very, very upsetting, but true, like I said, had it not been for that fumble, I still believe we would have been talking completely different right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And
But
Coach
true,
Moore
I
brought
do
that up
appreciate
earlier.
you having me on.
No problem, JD. Good call.
Yeah, I
bro.
just, hey, have a great one, okay?
You too,
And
man.
I'll talk with you later.
Okay, I got you locked
All right.
in too. All right, so I got the phones unlocked. So I see, we will trying to get in and Montana trying to get in. Y'all go ahead and call in, cause then boys go sneak in the back door. I'm finna lock it. I'm not gonna unlock it after I lock it this time. I'm locking it.
The conference has been locked.
All right, so I unlocked it 3 times.
Can I say something right quick about?
Yeah.
He said something about that Terrence Steele, about that protection that we almost got that. We should have got safety because he did have a penalty, but we got a good break with that. That possession was not a good possession for us. We weren't that far behind. It's a little too hard to go aggressive right there because you put ourselves in a situation where we're going backwards, and we put out there, we put our lineman in a stressful place with a long, developing route, seemed like, and we almost got ourselves put out the game if we got that safety. And those are the type of things we got to put the emphasis on our guys. Get us out the hole. Screen pass, something short, run the ball, get us out the hole, and then we can open our offense back up. But we try to do that, and we seen that happen. That's the first time. This is the same thing that happened when we played San Francisco last year. And we remember that we got down there and we tried to do that, and we end up throwing an interception down there for a touchdown. Or you know what I'm saying? We got to get out the hole first and open it up because the game wasn't over because we were just in the first half. We kind of panicked there and trying to push the envelope a little bit and could have got us out the game even farther. But we got away with it. But I think we got to be able to run the ball down there when we backed up like that because it puts us in a bad situation.
Appreciate it, Coach. All right, we got 2 calls. Montana, you live.
What's up, boss, man? It's Montana, man.
What's happening, bro?
Can't call it. How everybody doing tonight, man? I know y'all sound a little in between, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be.
Well, you know I'm cool.
But
I'm cool. I'm chilling.
Hey, man. I'm going to just say this one time, and I'm dealing with it with Pee Wee League. This new generation is just soft, man.
Yeah.
It is. It's just soft. You can't coach these kids how we was coached.
Yeah.
You know, spitting on the face, pointing the fingers at the helmet, smacking their helmet, telling them they better eat grass or get off my lawn. It's you know, these kids, they can't take that type of pressure. You know what I'm saying? They just cannot do it. And I deal with it with babies. You know what I'm saying? With babies, not just babies, like even high schoolers. I deal with it with high schoolers. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I had a couple parents come to me, pull me to the side, was like, "Hey, I know you taking a year off from coaching, but how would you feel about coming back, coaching high school at Pee Wee next year?" I said, "Oh, it's over with. I'm gonna come back because it's another breed under this new generation. Those kids, and they want to hit. They want to hit. They want to lay it all on the line. They want to win. They don't want to lose. They have that fighting mentality. But the generation that came after my age group, I'm 36, but this generation, Michael Parson and all them, they just too soft, man. And it's just like, stop being friendly. Punch these dudes in the mouth. They're gonna hit you. They bleed the same blood that you do. They put their pants on the same way you did. They put their helmets on the same way you did. They put their goddamn shoulder pads on the same way you did. Now, some of them might not be making as much as a first rounder, but that doesn't matter because it seems like the ones that's not making the most is the ones that's doing all the damage.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm just sitting back and I'm watching all 32 teams. It's not just Dallas. It's all through every level, head coach, defensive coordinator, OC. It doesn't matter. It's in every single level. These coaches are starting to become softer.
Yep.
And that's just like, bro, you cannot do this in football. Football is physical.
Right.
You cannot be loaded or you're going to get hurt.
Right.
But that's all I got, man. I just want to say, hey, man, it's a different breed.
I appreciate it.
It's all about polarizing, you know what I mean? But, we're not going to get that same hard-hitting football with the Leroy names, and we're not getting that no more. You know what I'm saying? So It is what it is. Hey, they can bounce back. They're 21-3 after a major loss. So I don't know, bro. It is what it is. This is gonna be a long season. Everybody just enjoy the ride, man. Because as long as that front office stay the same, as long as you got the same owner, bro, the culture is gonna be the same.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
It is what it is. Good call, bro. OG Montana.
Yes, sir. Man. Appreciate you.
All right. All right. Chris 214.
What's up, boss? I ain't gonna be long, but man, I do want to echo everything that I heard landlord say. I 100% agree with everything you said towards CeeDee Lamb. Bro, that looked exactly like the Packers game. If we trying to be contenders, hey, we need that energy. We don't need you throwing all them temper tantrums and all that other stuff. And Michael Parsons, I didn't like his energy out there either. Both of them showed the same type of energy. Both of them.
Kind of like,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
This is the energy. Let's define it. It was kind of blamey.
Yeah.
It's kind of finger.
Yeah, like
they look like y'all, y'all give me the ball, or y'all, Yeah, let's define it. It was the finger pointing, kind of, If we define it, what was the, Am I preaching, coach? Yeah. Do I need to give myself a foul on that one? I will.
Jakar.
I will. Yeah.
I
want to find it because, I want to say, okay, what is Chris 214 really saying? It was that, and I think that's what's caused. I don't know this for sure yet, but I think that's why Tank was like, "Shut the fuck up, man." Nah, bro. You ain't finna be pointing at me, and I'm out. You know what I mean? Nah, bro. It's too much y'all coming out your mouth. And then this one, and I saw that before. I did see that before. Chris 214.
Accountability.
I saw that y'all
Yeah.
energy, man. I saw that. But anyway.
Yeah, like, and the media is finna be like mealworms, boy. They finna eat every bit of them clips up all week until Thursday. So get ready. Turn off your TVs.
Yeah, turn it
off. Man, my last point.
Yeah.
We got to, man. I'm seeing this with this team in terms of we got to get hit in the mouth first, and then we want to come out and play. This time it happened in the same game. It didn't happen last week.
Yes.
Like, what is the issue with? I mean, why can't we start off playing like we did in the fourth quarter? Now we stopping Henry. We getting 3 and outs. Everybody hustling.
You want answers?
Like, what's the issue?
You want answers?
We gotta play like that from start to finish. But
I
that's
just
all I
tweeted
really
that.
had, though, boss.
I just tweeted that.
Yeah.
Right-handed guy.
I don't know what you do. I don't know
Can you
what
hear
you
me,
can
boss?
do. That's sometimes. Okay.
Hold on. I mean, I know the OC didn't just come up in here. Somebody say, can you hear me? Oh, no, I can hear you, Chris.
No,
I'm finna say. Whew. I'm finna say, now we finna shut the show down. Go ahead, Chris.
No, I was done, boss.
Okay. All right, Chris. For good call, man. Good call.
Salute.
All right, let me
Can I
make
say
one more
something
call
right
to
quick for the next
start
person?
before you go, Coach, because we go probably. Y'all give me 1 second, man.
Man, y'all clapped up for Boss for getting them phones working today, man. That boy was sweating bullets.
Man, I was sweating, man. I wanted to hear from y'all, bro. I really did. I was like, no. I knew. I said on the post game, they gonna have something to say. I knew it. All right, so we got Stargazer. Let me call Stargazer, then we gonna give our final words. Coach, don't forget what you was gonna say, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, boss?
What's up with it, Star?
Hello?
You live. What's up?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be long, but what I have to say is that this was another game where I'm not going to lie. Like, it was, I mean, y'all can read my tweets. It was kind of crazy, but just very disappointed in the play call in the first half of the game with Mike McCarthy, disappointed in Zim. But at the end of the day, like, this team did show resilience and they did start roaring back. But when you look at somebody like CD Lamb, it's like, how long do we have to put up with this from our number one wide receiver?
Diva.
He's been doing this for 2 to 3 years now, and I thought this shit was gonna stop once he got his bag. You know, he got his money now. It's time to move forward. It's time to stop the pouting. In every single big game, go and look at CD. Go look at CD's body language every single big game we have. He doesn't show up.
Facts.
And it's the consistent pouting. Just like Landlord said. And was Dak perfect on every throw? No, he was not. But you're supposed to be an elite wide receiver to where I don't have to be perfect every throw for you to catch the damn ball. And everybody else, the Turpins and the Tolberts and the Brooks, these are guys that are way lesser than you in talent, CD. But somehow they're coming up with the balls, but you can't do it. Like, this is what I'm talking about. And it's like, how is Dak supposed to, like, this is another game where I feel like Dak, an MVP moment is stolen from him, just like last year versus in the Dolphins game. And guess who was pouting that game too? CD. He was pissed. He was saying stuff was weird and I wasn't getting the ball. It's like all of this shit, but you don't see him, boss, ever stepping up as leader and encouraging his guys and saying, okay, let's get on the same page. You just saw immediate sulking from him. It's like there's no change. And it's the same thing with Michael Parsons. As soon as that first big play happened, go back and look at Michael Parsons. It was here we go again. Like, not even like, okay, bro, it's okay, Carson, you messed up there. Let's get it back. Like, You're supposed to be trying to help your team play better, but it was just nothing but the constant sulking. And I'm like, this is what's happening with Dak. He was supposed to have leaders and generals. Remember when Michael and CD said that stuff at the Super Bowl? But where was his leaders and generals today? Like, this is what he's got to continue to deal with. And I was talking to my brother, and he was like, bruh, he was talking about the last home game we played. It was versus the Ravens at the old stadium. And he was like, Romo and then was roaring back in that game, but the defense came and gave up 2 back-to-back drives, and it was like long run plays. It's like, boss, this shit has been plaguing us forever. Like the inability, the physicalness, the inability to stop the run in key moments. And it's like, yeah, the score was low, but Derrick Henry, I'm not low, the score was not low, but I'm saying the score wasn't like 40 points, but y'all couldn't stop Derrick Henry at all. 200 plus yards on the ground between him and Lamar. And it's just like, when is our defense going? Like, boss, think about it. 2016, you give up a 3rd and 20. When the fuck is our defense going to step up? Like, how much do the quarterbacks got to do to where the defense just can never come up in the clutch times? And I hate to say something about Philly because I can't freaking stand them, but I feel like the difference between us and them is like somehow these ninjas find out ways to pull out games. It don't matter how bad it looks, all game, they find a way to pull it out. So yeah, Dak might not have looked great through the first 3 quarters, but he came back and he had us with 3 points. All he needed, he gave the defense the ball back with 5 minutes left. All they had to do was get a 3 and out. He marches down the field. We at least tie or win the game. So, and this is just the stuff I'm talking about. And what the comment on Mike McCarthy is this. Mike McCarthy's side of the ball continues to fight back. It's the defensive side of the ball, but I'm with Coach. I've got to now start putting it on Mike McCarthy because you're over-delegating. At the end of the day, you're the head coach, not Mike Zimmer, not Dan Quinn, not Mike Nolan. You're the head coach. And he continues to over-delegate, and then that side of the ball is looking like hot garbage. And it's like, yeah, eventually, Mike, the fingers are going to be pointed at you because you're the one who's been here consistently, not Mike Zimmer.
Facts.
But anyway, boss, I think you can take from this game is that we did fight back. And that was one of my keys. I said, even if we lose today, I need to see my team fight. I need to see them say, you're not going to bully us. And I don't think we lost this game today because we just got bullied. I think we lost this game because defense just not stepping up. But when I say bullied, I just mean like I don't feel like they really out physicaled us. I feel like we just didn't play together as a team. But anyway, that's all I got, Bob.
Appreciate it, stuff.
All right, appreciate that.
Man. All right, so I think we all seeing it about close to the same. It might not be 100% the same, but it's 90% the same. This particular stream is brought to you by BetUS, where you can receive 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. So you make sure y'all bet with BetUS. So let's go ahead and give our final words. We'll kick it off with you, Coach.
Okay. Great comments by Star. I mean, outstanding comments. We talk about what we need to do to get back into focus. And the caller before that with a great call about us starting off. And I think A.M.P tweeted something about us starting off, getting started faster, not coming in, seeing like we kind of dragging. And it seemed like that's happening more and more. Matter of fact, that it kind of happened in the Cleveland game a little bit, but we got started a little bit faster, and they had a bad game. But if you look at that last 3 home games, it's been like it seemed like we were coming in with like, oh, we at home, we supposed to get started, we'll get started, and and we get punched in the mouth, and we kind of gets behind. So where we go from here though, and I understand when boss we're talking about what we need to do. So let's talk about things that I need Mike McCarthy to hear. if he wants to straighten this thing out. One, I need him to publicly come out and straighten this stuff out with CeeDee Lamb and Michael Parsons and say if they right or wrong, that they need to be quiet. Because now that shows who's running the team. And they don't like it, they still gonna play now. But your house gotta be clean though, Mike, when you do that. Because you gotta take the feedback. But this team is getting a little bit out of control, and I need you to rein it in and get us focused because we only 3 games in. And we got a long way to go, man. There's a lot of teams 1-2. San Francisco is 1-2.
Yeah.
You know, so we ain't the only team that's like this, right?
Right.
So we need to get that. Step up and say, hey, we need to really look ourselves in the mirror as a coaching staff and as an organization and say, hey, we need to get back to basics and let's get back to the fundamentals that got us when we won with Cooper Rush at quarterback. And I'm not saying we need to go with the same game plan, but we put emphasis on winning the game in a lot of different ways. And if we do that again with Dak Prescott as quarterback, we're going to be able to win more games that way. But we just got to get back to basics, like the person said. We got to get back to basics and get back to saying, and don't worry about what the fans say, get back to basics. But I do caution our fans for one thing. Let's don't fall into this thing is the guy that got paid and now we're going to expect him to be perfect. Because I can see this starting to come. I can see it starting. So let's try to see if we can win as a football team. We're doing it as a Cowboy Nation. I love the energy today, boss. When we came back, that energy you brought out, man. That energy kind of we need this Cowboy team to get that type of energy.
If we locked in, switching up.
Get this from this coaching staff, but this coaching staff gonna have to get that energy they're gonna have to ruffle some people's feathers. And if they're getting some play that they don't like from a player, I need to hear them out their mouth. Because one thing I never hear from our coaches, the boss, you can testify this. When we got a player playing bad, our coaches never say anything about them playing bad. Do they? So sometimes we have to say that. Sometimes we have to say that. And that puts pressure on them to get themselves together. But you got to remember, though, if you come out like that, you better be on top of your game. Because it's coming back. So right now, Mike McCarthy, find the imposters on your team and let's try to get that corrected. Find the people who's not got the grit to get where y'all want to go. You're a coach and been in this league long enough, you should know how to find them. And you may have to, if we find them, you have to point them out. What you got to lose now, Mike? You on your last year contract. If they say they're going to fire you, fine. But you got to go out on your shield now, Mike. You got to go out on your shield. Don't lose this talented team. You got it. You don't want a Super Bowl. We know you can know how to do it, but you got to stand on your shield now, buddy.
I love it, Coach. So, on my final words, I need to know. I really do need to know.
If we locked in, switching up.
So, I'm not down like some people going to be. I'm not down. It's a long season. I think this is a good game for us to take a step in the right direction. Obviously, we wanted to take a step in the right direction and win, but that didn't happen. But I did see steps in the right direction. Last week was definitely not Cowboy football. Cowboy football is not getting blown out in the home opener. Cowboy football is not being out physical in the home opener. That is not Cowboy football. Today was not Cowboy football, but it was closer. It was closer than what we've seen. So I'm going to celebrate that. But regardless, when it comes to me and my house,
if we locked in, switching up.
I really enjoyed that at the end on the fight back, because honestly, the guy was raised that way. I swear to God. I'm gonna never go forget as I was watching the 90s Cowboys, because that was the era that I saw win championships, right? I'm never gonna forget that every time Eminem, Irvin, and Aikman will pull off a big win, my mama used to always look at me and she would say, "You thought that was something?" And I'd be like, "Man, that was dope." Like when we beat Green Bay in the playoffs, that was a good team, you know? And she said, "That is nothing like what we used to see." I said, "What you mean, mama?" She said, I remember Staubach and them used to be down and they used to look impossible and they used to come roaring back.
Mm-hmm.
And she used to always say it. I'm talking about always say it. So, you know, I know different people going to be different, but when y'all come to our watch parties, you go see us fighting to the end, you know, and you go see us as long as there's a window. And I know they get on people's nerves. I do. Some people want to say, "Oh, it's over," and they want to, you know, and they feel like that's a realist. I just wasn't raised in that way. I'm not saying I'm better than you, but I wasn't raised that way. So we got a long season. It's not the time to panic. I'm not gonna say let's just enjoy the ride, but I'm gonna say we took a step in the right direction, and for that, I'm ready for us to move on to the Giants, and then let's get on a winning streak, and let's try to get hot. That's my final words.
So, definitely did not start the way we would have liked, but I will say this. They say it's not how you start, but it's how you finished. And the way that this team finished gives us hope moving forward this season. This team may be down, but they are far from out. We got another, 14 games left in this season. We're going to find out a whole lot more about this team. But what we found out today is it's going to take a whole lot more than what we have endured the last 2 weeks for this team to break, but more importantly, for this team to quit. Despite being in a one-year deal, your players today showed that they are still fighting for their coaches. That's a plus. That's something you can build on. Now, what we need to do is we need to focus on the little things I talked about earlier today, the details, being better tacklers, better gap assignments, making the sure tackle if you aren't going to get the pick, playing your role. See, you look at this team and you see a lot of deficiencies across the board in certain areas. And it's like, you know what? If I'm Micah Parsons, okay, my defensive tackles might not be as great as they need to be. Now you start overcompensating. No need to. Because you overcompensating, even though they aren't doing their job, ain't going to help nobody. And then now you're going to find yourself in a compromised position, out of position, and watching the play go past you. That can't happen. If all 11 just focus on what I have to do, not what my other guy on the other side of the defensive line is doing, not the fact that I'm not getting the ball right now. I got to focus and change and improve on what I can. That company that they had come in this offseason, the sports, whatever company it was, the analytics or whatever, the message to the team was improve just 1% each day. And y'all have heard Law Nation say this. Get better 1% every day. Me as a content creator, I attempt to get 1% better every day.
Mm-hmm.
That improvement is what will continue to give this team hope moving forward. Yes, we gave up more rushing yards than last week, but quite honestly, the cards are already stacked against us.
Yep.
With the injuries.
Yep.
I think it may be time for a scheme change, Mike Zimmer, because what you have is just clearly not working. We are not going to practice insanity and keep doing the same thing over and over again, hoping that it improves. But if you just continue to get 1% better each day, That is what will help us build towards being a playoff caliber team and working toward that ultimate goal, which is the Super Bowl. 1%, ladies and gentlemen, 1%. And I think today from last week, your team did get 1% better, because last week we got smoked and laid down. This week we fought to the bitter end. Good, better, best. Never let it rest. Until your good becomes your better and your better becomes your best. Until next time, Cowboys Nation, y'all be blessed.
Today's stream was brought to you by BetUS, where you can receive 125% on your bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. Thank y'all for rocking with us on the post game and the watch party. We're gonna be doing this all season, all the way up to the championship. Yeah, I said it.